sponsors.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Thursday, February 3rd, 2022. I am Kevin Thomas, and you are listening to the King of Afternoon Drive Radio. So are you ready, Clemaniacs? If so, then let's give it up for Clem in the PM.
Yee. That's the word of the day. Yee. Oh my God. It's going to be a long one, Clemaniacs. Welcome back to Clemville. Yes, it's a bit rainy out there. It's cold. I need a blanket. I need my robe. I need a robe. Let's get back to the talk of the robe. Where is my robe, my radio robe? I really need a radio robe. Forget about anything else. It's a cold, rainy day. I need my radio robe. Yes, Clemaniacs. It is another Thursday here in Clemville. Woo! All hail. Wow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I can't believe how quick this week flew by. It's insane. I mean, it feels like it's Monday. I'm starting off the week, and now it's Thursday. And I remember Monday. What a wreck. We're going to retry it next Monday, see what we can do. Wow. But it's Thursday already. The week is just about done. Tomorrow, Friday, and then the weekend. Woo-hoo-hoo. And by the way, you heard our man KT. If it's really bad out tomorrow, Kev won't be making it into the studio, which means I won't be making it into Clemville. So stay tuned and do like a hail dance, a snow dance, an ice dance to not happen. Okay, because I know you want your Friday edition of the Good and the Clem in the PM. So it is a cold, dreary, rainy, dismal Thursday. Perfect night. Just cuddle up, Netflix, maybe whatever movie you're watching, read a book. Glass of wine, hot chocolate. How about some cocoa bombs? Oh my, yes. Talk about a perfect night for something. You know, some of you don't know what a cocoa bomb is. Let me explain it to you. What it is it's a chocolate, and you get your pick, whether it's dark, milk, white, and inside of this crafted chocolate mold are a whole bunch of goodies. Candies, marshmallows, liquor for the adults in the house. And I know we don't have many here. But that being said, the cocoa bomb is perfect for a night like tonight. Like I said, whether you're watching Netflix, whether you're cuddling up next to the fire, reading a book, doing some work, you drop it in your hot chocolate, your coffee. It melts. It's first of all, it's the coolest thing to watch. It's like it bubbles, and all of a sudden, it's like separated, like it's giving birth, and then poof, the stuff pops out, and you enjoy all of it, sip after sip. So, Bombs Away has cocoa bombs, not just for a cold night, but Bombs Away has cocoa bombs for Valentine's Day. Let me tell you something, men and women. I don't care who you're dating. I don't care who you're married to. That to me doesn't matter. What matters is you treat your loved one with some cocoa bombs. Yo, Ken Dog in the house. Ken Dog in the house. Ken, you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend? I want you to get some cocoa bomb for them, buddy. All right? Don't forget about the cocoa bombs. Bombs Away. Woo! So Bombs Away, you go on Facebook, you check them out, you order your bombs. They have all different kinds. They assemble to your liking. And they have these beautiful Valentine's Day shaped, colored bombs that will get you extra brownie points. Forget about the roses that are 5 times the normal price. Yeah. Oh, guess what? Valentine's Day Monday. Let me buy roses. Oh, that's $250. Oh, I'll come back Tuesday. That's $34. Honey, I meant to give you these roses yesterday. I couldn't find you. I looked all around. Happy Valentine's Day. I mean, of course, it's love. You're going to spend whatever for love, but you might as well spend wisely. Get some Cocoa Bombs. I'm telling you right now, this is promotional week for Cocoa Bombs. Bombs Away is the leader in Cocoa Bombs. Go to their Facebook page, Bombs Away. That's it, Bombs Away. You look at what they have, you put your order in. It's as simple as that. Yes. All right. Talk about Valentine's Day. I got to get on the ball too. We got a week left, 2 weeks left, man. All right. Don't wait till the last minute. Proper preparation prevents poor performance and a lot of stress and my blood pressure from going up. I mean, I don't want to be one of those guys running around the store on Valentine's Day fighting over the last, bowl of chocolate and flowers. So today we're going to be honoring a hero. We're going to talk about how anti-Semitism still bears its ugly head and probably always will. We'll be talking about our favorite social media owner, Mark Zuckerberg, and how his wallet got a little dry, a little thinner. I'll have a story of Mark went from riches to rags. Or not really rags. I'd like to have his rags. But we'll talk about a local story of rags to riches. We can all dream. And how we have also failed as a society. I have failed in the ability to speak clearly. We have failed as a, oh my God. We have failed as a people. Forget society. I can't even say it. We have failed as a people. We'll talk about all those things here on the CLEM and the PM. Before we go to break, let's check in with our man, Kevin Thomas, who just completed another fantastic show, The Good. Kev, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. A little soggy on the way over here, but it feels good to be in the studio again. For sure.
For sure. Hopefully the rain holds out. I mean, you should have like a resident rain suit that you turn to. It should actually, Dr. Alex should get you one like with a big WRCR logo on the back. So in case, you walk in a rainstorm, you got a nice rain suit and you're promoting WRCR. It should say like WRCR.com down both legs, and then on the back, a big logo of WRCR.
We'll work on that.
Would you wear it if you had one?
We'll work on that.
That's what I thought. All right. So Kevin's going to make the call tomorrow. We have an interview with Andrew Deutsch. I don't know, is it Deutsch? Douche or Deutsch? Or Deutsch? Andrew, I don't know. I mean, how do you pronounce that? Look, I think it's Andrew Deutsch. We'll confirm that tomorrow. Deutsch. Deutsch?
Deutsch.
You say Deutsch? All right.
Deutsch.
I go with Deutsch. Andrew Deutsch, the author of Build Yourself Up Without Limits, a strategy to win in all areas of your life. Now, I got to tell you something. I am very excited to have this gentleman on and talk about his book. But we may postpone it depending on what Mother Nature brings us. To be determined. I shall put this book down over here. We've had a lot of great authors on. Actually, Ruth Maley, one of our frequent flyers here in Clemville. She's authored a few kids' books. Her most recent one, which we actually had her on to push her over the hump for her fundraising efforts several months ago. You remember that interview? Well, her book has just been awarded. I forgot exactly what, but it's prestigious. She was really honored, respected by the authors in her community, other kids' authors alike. So a great accomplishment for Ruth Maley, again, one of our favorite authors here on the CLEM and the PM. All right, CLEManiacs, we are officially underway. The party has begun. And Wilbur has joined us. We'll take a quick break and we shall return. All hail. Woo!
With local news, local traffic, and local weather, if you like local, you'll love AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
Hello, I'm Naomi Stryker with Q Home Sales. I'm excited to launch our concierge service to our friends and WRCR listeners. The Naomi Stryker team has been listing and selling homes for over 34 years. During that time, we have had the pleasure of working with amazing vendors and professionals that we love to work with. Due to the many requests for professional services, we have put a platform together for you to better assist you. We are constantly updating our list. So, if you are in need of an exterminator, contractor, dog walker, or even a babysitter, please give our office a call at 845-364-0007. We are looking forward to being of help to you. Again, call the Naomi Stryker team at Q Home Sales, 845-364-0007.
Now let's take a look at the road with Hudson Valley traffic.
A couple of problems this afternoon to pass along to you. There's a crash with injuries in Hartsdale, on Hartsdale Avenue southbound at Central Park Avenue. Police and EMS on scene. And also emergency gas main repairs in Yonkers on Yonkers Avenue eastbound at Oak Street. Plus the usual delays on the northbound Hutch. As a matter of fact, the Hutch is so heavy northbound this afternoon, the delays begin around Orchard Beach in the Bronx, right up to the Cross County. The westbound side of 287, that is also building now through White Plains. I don't see any problems, though, once you get to the tap. Everything is fine on the thruway up towards Sloatsburg. Traffic is sponsored by Wendy's. Right now at Wendy's, see why everyone is raving about their brand new fries. Natural cut, skin on with a hint of sea salt and guaranteed to be hot and crispy, or they'll replace them another way fries should be. Try Wendy's guaranteed hot and crispy fries today at participating U.S. Wendy's. And from the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm Chris Majette.
Friday. Temperature through ice accumulate. Friday night, mostly. Saturday, Sunday, sunny. For Monday, mostly sunny. the weather for W.
Website. And the current temperature is 43.
Alrighty, we are back here in Clemville. Again, a little rainy, little cold, but nonetheless, we are all happy to be here. That is truth. Before I get to my hailing a hero, respecting a true hero, I just want to talk about a couple things. Dr. Davies, you all know that name, Doc Davies Farm Stand. They are my neighbors. My backyard is the acres and acres of the Doc Davies farm. I see on Facebook they are at CiderCon 2022, an event for hard cider enthusiasts, business owners who, want to learn how to make hard cider or to pair it with certain foods. I love hard cider. Me, myself, I'm hoping that it seems as if Davies, the brain trusts over there are going out and educating themselves and looking to expand what they offer already at the Davies stand. So I'm looking to nights of when I will be crawling home through the apple fields, passing deer, rodents, whatever else is out in those fields late at night, crawling home on some hard cider. I love cider. I mean, there's so many great ciders out there. One of the best is Hard Dickens cider, one of my favorites. But I am totally pumped up for the possibility of Davies Farm Stand going into like the cider business and adding that on. Hopefully, I mean, it's like a full run-of-the-mill operation where it's like seating bar. You go there, you get all cidered up, and then, like I said, you just crawl back to the CLEM pound. Definitely looking forward to that. And I also am looking forward to WRCR on the 12th, Saturday the 12th, 2 days prior to Valentine's Day. You can start the seed of love by emailing sales@WRCR and requesting your $25 purchase of a Valentine message that will be read live on air by either Roxanne Watson or Kevin Thomas from 5 to 7 Saturday evening, February 12th. They will be doing another special Valentine show where they'll be playing romantic music and reading all these great messages, which, by the way, I must get mine in. I have to send a message to sales@WRCR.com. I'm just a guy on the outside looking in. Believe me, I get no special privileges around here. All right, I'm just a guy in Clemville. That's all. I got to send it in. I got to pay $25 a message, and that's what I'm doing. You're going to hear my message on Valentine's Day. No doubt about it. This is a very romantic Burger. Oh, time out. All hail Burgermeister's request. All hail Burgermeister's request. Now, I'm easy to reach, Clemaniacs. I'm a Facebook post away. I'm a YouTube, message away. I'm right here for you all the time. By the way, what happened to my, where is my YouTube chat? It disappeared. What happened to it? Let me pop out my chat. I lost my chat. Where's my YouTube? Where's my YouTube chat? Anyway, Burgermeister made a request, and I honor requests very easily. I'm an easygoing guy here. This is all about, you, me, together, the Clemaniacs all together, just having 2 hours of radiotherapy. So you want to request something? I'm here for you. I'm like a genie. You rub the bottle and out comes Clem. How can I wish? What wish can I grant you, Burgermeister? Oh, you want me to give a shout out to your paisan Mikey in Allendale? Oh, Mikey, your paisan Burgermeister, who he's like a god here in Clemville. Burgermeister letting everybody know that he's back better than ever and here to stay. Thank you. Mike, welcome to the show. All right, let me get this out of here. Oh, I'm a mess again. I'm a mess. Try that. All right, so anyway, let's get to the task at hand. We honored yesterday a fallen hero, the second time in less than a week that we sadly had to do that. As thousands and thousands converged upon Fifth Avenue to say farewell to one of New York's finest, Wilbert Mora, who with his partner, Jason Rivera, both killed by a criminal who should most certainly be treated by one. We should not look at him nothing less a piece of absolute garbage that he is, taking the lives of two young men who were committed to their community, the community at large that they wanted to defend and protect. So they, like many others, chose to wear that blue. And they proudly wore it, and they did it in a way that you couldn't have anything else but respect for these young men. Even if you weren't a fan of the police, you wanted to defund the police. If you came across these two young men, Jason Rivera and Wilbert Mora, you would get a sense that these were two of the guys that cared, that wanted to help the community. But sadly, their lives were taken, and last week, you know, it was just, we were hoping that Wilbert Mora would pull through. Jason was shot in the head, died at the scene, but we were hoping that a different outcome would be for Wilbert, but sadly it wasn't. And he's brought home to be with his Savior. But that doesn't minimize the loss and how it happened. The criminals must be stopped. The politicians must be voted out. Those that don't see clearly, that have a convoluted vision of where we should be. I stand with the blue. It's as simple as that. Bad apples or no bad apples, I stand with the blue. There's no questioning that, and we all should, because without them, I mean, you think we have mayhem now? It would be unparalleled, the amount of disarray, murder, rapings, muggings, shootings, killings we would have without the fine men and women who give us everything. Every day they check in is a day that they may not check out. They may not go home to their loved ones. They may not take another breath. So I, for one, for a lot of you out there, agree that this just can't happen. So taking someone's life shouldn't be allowed. Shouldn't be Oliver checking in on YouTube. What's up, buddy? Shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be taking someone's life. But when you take the life of a police officer, you don't see the light of day. You shouldn't even see anymore. Your eyes should be gouged out. You should have nothing else to see. You have killed our defenders. So I mean, at that point, there is your vision is finished. I mean, you could live, but you'll live eyeless. I am very disheartened when I see comments and I see posts, and we talked about that lady who was somewhat happy that this officer got killed, and she was in disarray. She was angered that the streets were closed down. I myself, I'm glad to see thousands and thousands, a sea of blue. I don't want to see it. Not for this type of occasion. Saying farewell to a brother in arms. But I must say that I admire the respect shown for a fellow officer lost in the line of duty. And I tell you, Justin tomorrow will have a show that's geared around the situation with, New York granting permission for us to take over inspections and the lack of voting, the inability to get it done. And he's going to be having a tirade about that tomorrow. And, the firefighters should have every opportunity to go into a fire knowing that it's the conditions are as safe as possible. Not, they're uncertain, they're unsure of what kind of scenario they're getting into. And police officers, same thing. I mean, they go out there, they put their lives. I mean, an officer got shot again going up, pulled over a car, starts walking towards the car, boom, gets shot. Guy gets out, mows him down. These are people. These are the most violent of criminals out there. They must be treated like that. They absolutely must be treated like that. The politicians who think otherwise, we must vote them out. And that's what I was saying about Justin tomorrow. He's talking about politicians that have to be voted out because they're doing nothing to help the firefighting men and women who go into blazes against all odds, against the fire and against building codes and violations that threaten their lives. So same thing here. We must vote out the politicians who think that the police are so bad and criminals are so unjustly, just they're unjustly treated, which sometimes they are, but most of the time, no. The amount of criminals we have and the amount of things are done, I think things are pretty much just fine. We got to clean up a few things, no doubt about it, but this is absolutely absurd. This guy should never see the light of day. And like I said, he shouldn't even see again. No disrespect to blind people at all. One of my favorite people in the world is a blind guy. And we most certainly miss another great blind guy, but this guy needs to have his eyes poked out and not be able to see the joy of life because he took away, a police officer's life, 2 of them. But he's dead anyway. He's dead anyway. What we should have done is just threw him out to the sharks. I know. Well, what are we going to get by throwing a dead guy's body out to the sharks? I don't know. I wouldn't be sad or happy either way. I would just say, here, sharks, here's some food. But God rest Jason Rivera. God rest Wilbert Mora, who was laid to rest yesterday. Everybody said their final farewells. But sadly, people haven't forgotten, nor will they forget, the other officers in a line of fire who have been killed. And these are just 2 more added to that. And will it stop? No. But what should stop is the treatment of criminals being treated like, people who, they have reason. They're unjustly treated. So they have reason to act like this. No, they don't. They have reason to sit in jails for the rest of their lives with no eyeballs. Right, coming up to the 340, we will turn the page on a very sad and somber day. That's why I truly believe the heavens are overpouring with tears. Those are tears from heaven there. As they invite another hero up to join them in the skies above, the heavens above, they can't help but shed a tear. As we are down here shedding a lot of tears for our heroes who it's like the Wild West. Wild West. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll turn the page. I shall now talk about the injustices that we as a culture, as a this world are doing, and we must most certainly change the tide. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Clem in the PM. Woo!
Pull up a chair or a cubicle and spend some time with us. We're AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com. The business
Welcome to WRCR 1700 on your AM dial. I am Sonia Burgos Cranage, an attorney with the law firm of Sickle and Hicks, located in Suffern, New York. I will be your host on the third Thursday of the month at 9:30 in the morning, and it will be Senior Moments with Sonia. Yes, the third Thursday, Senior Moments with Sonia. Our firm is reaching out to the senior community in Rockland County because many of the senior groups cannot interact in person with speakers. Protect yourself and protect your assets through legal documents. And I hope you join us on the third Thursday of Senior Moments with Sonia.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Hey, good afternoon. First stop, there's a crash in Newburgh on the New York State Thruway northbound, north of exit 17, with at least one lane closed. Stop and go through that area. Also, the speed restriction at the Tappan Zee Bridge because of the fog. It's down to 45 miles an hour. Got to the Palisades Parkway in Nanuet, northbound exit 7. There is a stalled vehicle in the right lane. And in Westchester County through Hartsdale, trying to avoid Hartsdale Avenue. Southbound crash by Highway 100 with injuries involved. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast. Get a better breakfast at Wendy's. Buy any breakfast sandwich and get any size drink and a Wendy's cup free. Hot coffee, Diet Coke, or a vanilla Frosty-Chino. Yeah, it's free. Get your free drink when you buy a Wendy's breakfast sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grameyer.
Rain all around. For Friday, falling rain before 2 p.m. and rain between 2 p.m. and temperature fall. Ice. Friday night, mostly Sunday, sunny, mostly sunny. The weather for W.
And the current temperature is 43.
All righty, we are back here in Clemville. Yes, WRCR AM 1700, WRCR.com, smart speakers everywhere. And don't forget, watch us live on YouTube and Facebook. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so again, tomorrow's questionable. If Kev doesn't make it in, I don't do the show because I'm here in Clem studio. He's over there in WRCR studio, and we connect thanks to the brainchild of all this mechanisms and my man Dave. So, and the other Dave, who's been on hiatus because we haven't reached out to him. We haven't really needed him, but I do want to send all the love and hope he is doing well. That's Dave, the engineer, who, at the drop of a dime, we call him. He's here. But like I said, we've had things under control, especially Fios. All hail Fios! Woo! All hail Fios! Oh my, Verizon to the rescue. Optimum is just a distant memory, except for my last bill. It's on the way. We were 2 boxes and 7 remote controls short when we returned, and a router. I don't know how the hell you lose a router or something. I don't know if it was a router. It was something else they said we were short. Yes. All right. So, I saw this billboard the other day, It's right in my neighborhood. I mean, my stretch of town here. A bunch of billboards, like 4 or 5 in a row, and it's about being a foster parent. And when I saw it, I honestly, I like my whole world just like went numb, because I know there's kids out there that just aren't getting what they should be getting. Love. Forget about toys, playing sports, going places, vacationing. They're not getting the most simple thing, love. So I saw this billboard and I thought to myself, you know, I really should become a foster parent. And like you don't adopt them, but you just like, you know, you get together, you watch them, you bring them home wherever they go. I don't know where they go. I mean, it's a very whole sad story that there's neglected kids out there in this world. And even sadder is there's abused kids out in this world. I mean, to think that a child would be physically, mentally, sexually abused is to me, it's beyond comprehension. I mean, you know, there are things I do as a father that I'm very ashamed of, you know, and I really am, and I try hard to be better than I am, you know, because like our author Andrew Deutsch is going to come on and talk about the way we have interacted as a youth with our parents, as a big way we interact as parents with our kids. So I'm not the perfect dad, but I'm far from someone who would, you know, do some of these most horrific things to their kids that give kids not a fighting chance to make it into this world as a good, decent human being, to break the cycle of abuse. I was reading several news articles. I get all these news articles sent to me, and I don't know if it's common in the black community, but it seemed as if, you know, these stories had a connection of to discipline a child. It seems that one of the more common ways was to put kids in a cold shower. I had read several stories over the past few weeks of kids being punished, traumatized, and one sadly killed from being thrown into a cold shower because of the things they did. Now, to me, you know, I fear a cold shower. When it's cold, I mean, I put my toe in, I make sure it's warm, I get in, it's warm, I'm like, I hate cold showers. Imagine being 6, 7, 8 years old, thrown under a cold shower and forced to sit there. I mean, who would do this? You know who would do this? Someone who it was done to. So again, it's the cycle, and it's again what our guest Andrew Deutsch, hopefully the weather holds out, he'll be on tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, he'll be on soon to talk about these patterns and these cycles. And you know, it's one thing to have, you know, outbursts like my mom had, that I've seemed to have taken on that type of behavior. You know, these just traumatic outbursts, and then, you know, it's like a pot explode, a kettle explodes and then calms down. All the heat is let out of it. But, you know, I have a story here. Two Nevada women. Check this out. I mean, who does this? 2 children, ages 7 and 9, were living in a basement apartment. Their mother and her friend had their section to them, and the kids were sleeping. But check this out: 900 square foot area with 36 dogs. The kids were actually sleeping in feces, urine-stained floors. And again, you know, today's Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday. Why am I going to share stories like this? Because the world sucks. It really does, man. I mean, who does this to their own? Like, who does this to any kid? The world, I mean, yeah, Kevin has a show, The Good, but, you know, that brings out all the good stuff and showcases the good people. But, here I'm saying that the world really sucks. And there's really bad people out there. And who suffers? Kids and those that make it out alive grow up to be these type of people who turn around and they become murderers, gangsters, rapists, killers, criminals, or they reenact the horrific things that were done to them. I saw that billboard, foster parents, foster care. And I don't know if I could do it because my wife and I, we used to do boxer rescue, foster dogs. And it's like, they come, you rescue a dog, and all of a sudden someone else comes and they take it. And you're heartbroken. You're crushed, that dog. I remember this one ugly dog. This little dog was so ugly. It had one eyeball. I mean, it was disgusting. But we fixed it up. And then the owner came and got it like 3 weeks later. I was crushed. I missed the one-eye ugly dog. How would I do that with a kid? I mean, if you could take one kid who comes from a broken home. There's another story. A 4-year-old kid. Look at these. I want to show you something. I'm gonna click over. I'm in the CNN studios now, CLEM News Network. All right, and I want to show you something. Look at these two people here. All right, let me open this up. Here, let me show you my skills. All right, for those of you on YouTube, right there, look at that. And you see those two people right there? Those are the people, one on the left, the mother, the one on the right, the friend, who let their two kids, 7 and 9, who just signed into YouTube? Who is that? Ben? Who that? Someone just check. These are two women who actually allowed their kids to sleep on the floor with fecal matter, urine. The kids had dog bites, scratches all over them, recent dog bites, infections. And these women just sat there and let that happen. Burn checking in. Burn checking. It says, hi, Clem and Kevin and all the Clemaniacs. Hope all is well. Burn, all the love. Burn. Burn, that's one half of Kathy and Burn, right? That's Clemaniac Burn, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm sitting here saying, how do we failed as a society? I don't know. Does God want this? That's the question for Pastor Rich. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know what's going on, but I know we have failed as a society. How could we allow people like this to do that to kids? I mean, it's horrific. It really is. I'm going to go back to Clem Studio. That's green screen technology, and you can thank Dave for that. I mean, I painted the wall, okay? I don't think Dave could have painted the wall as nice as I did, especially coming back an hour later and seeing 500 fireflies on my masterpiece. So those of you that remember that story, I painted the wall green. It has to be a special green. It was like Friday night, 6:30, 7 o'clock, gets dark early. It smelled like paint. I got a small 6x10 barn. I left the doors open. I ran the sangrias. I had a nice big margarita to toast my success as a painter, Picasso Clem. And I came back and there was 5,000 fireflies stuck in the paint. I closed the doors, I shut the windows, and I pulled a Rambo on each and every one of them. And that was probably Guinness Book of World Records. How quick can someone kill 3,000 fireflies? Yes. So we have failed. I think, yeah, I'll be right with you, Kev, but I think I must step up. I must save one kid, 2 kids. Just, if I could do that, man, I got to save my kids too. Honestly, I got to save my kids, but my kids have it good. I mean, they have a crazy father who loses his once in a while, but besides that, my kids got it good. There's some kids out there that just got nothing. I believe I got to step up. I got to save some kids, and we got to pass on, and they can turn around and save some kids. And it's just a cycle that we have to change. Yeah, Kev.
I've got Pastor Rich on the line.
Pastor Rich, thank you for calling in. Help me out here, Pastor Rich. Help me out here. You know, my love of kids. It's like I just love the kids. They're beautiful. They're the future, and they smile. They're free. They don't know. They're just beautiful creatures. And why does this happen? Why do people abuse kids physically, sexually, mentally, and torture? You know, this is not the world I envision.
Why should we be surprised that there is evil and terrible evil at that?
No, I agree. They've taken it out of school. They've taken it out of song. They've taken it out. You know, I know, Pastor Rich, you're coming in. It's not you, Pastor Rich. It's something over there on the station. You're like a couple of listeners saying they can't hear Pastor Rich. And, you know, your words of wisdom must be heard. So hopefully we can figure it out quickly. But I can hear you, although low. I heard what you had to say. And we must combat it. We must do what we can do. But it seems that even people of faith, people who have a strong desire to follow the Lord, even though we're not perfect and we fail and we commit sin, but people like us, the normal people, it just seems that evil outdoes good, Pastor. And there's just like an overwhelming sense that evil is just catastrophically taking over and getting worse. But my focus is on kids, on how we have, you know, changed our kids and allow all this stuff to happen. What can we do to save one life, to save two lives, to save the future of some of these kids who are being torn apart by evil people? I don't hear nothing now. You know, you're just a ball of whatever. Pastor Rich, I can't hear you at all. Burgermeister can hear you. I can't hear you. No, I've lost you. I mean, you're in a distance. Burgermeister, some people now, they say they can hear you.
I'm not getting you either. Well, let's not torture your listeners. I'll call back another.
No, you're gone. For a second there, you were good. I apologize, Pastor Rich. I really do apologize because I know your words are the utmost importance. I'm not sure what's going on, but I just can't. And it's weird. It was getting low yesterday. It was getting low. It's even lower today. I don't know. Pastor Rich, listen, thank you for the call. We're going to reconnect when we figure this out. I'll reboot during the top of the hour. We'll reconnect. Thank you for tuning in. And more importantly, thank you for calling in, because people now on YouTube are saying they can't hear you. And I just don't want to waste your words of wisdom. So all the love to you, Pastor Rich. We'll take a quick break. We'll reboot. Hopefully that'll do something here on the CLEM and the PM. Be right back.
AM 1700 WRCR, Haverstraw.
Hi, I'm Kevin Thomas, host of The Good with Kevin Thomas, every weekday at 2 p.m. I've got positive stories and music to get you through your afternoon. It's the daily boost you need, and it's on 5 days a week. The Good with Kevin Thomas. Keep it.
You remember the days when you could turn on your radio and hear songs like this? Well, they're back. Hi, everybody. This is Brian Davide of Bob Trevero, and I'll be hosting the Do-Up Dream Machine Show this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 AM and streaming live on WRCR.com. I'll play songs like this that you know and love and introduce you to songs you've never heard, but once you do, you'll get to know and love them as well. I'll take your telephone calls, dedications, and song requests. You say it, and I'll play it. I'll be brought to you by Rick's Club American in Congers, New York. So join me this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. for the Do-Up Dream Machine Show right here on WRCR.
Hello, Hudson Valley. It's Thursday, February 3rd, 2022. I'm Jeff Lewis with your WRCR News. Another vote has been set for next week following Tuesday's failure by the legislature to authorize the county executive spending plan to create an Office of Building and Codes to take over that function for the village of Spring Valley. While the law passed unanimously, 3 legislators left the meeting early, so the vote on the budget stalled. Justin Schwartz heads up the Rockland Illegal Housing Task Force, and he called on the 3 to resign, calling their actions failed justice for Jared Lloyd and a slap in the face of every county volunteer firefighter and Rockland resident.
If there was one thing we thought would unite all the legislators was the unfortunate death of Jared Lloyd. Sadly, that does not seem to be the case. Maybe the next few deaths of a volunteer firefighter or resident be the rallying cry needed.
Rockland County Executive Ed Day says a declaration of procurement emergency may be needed to let the county's Director of Purchasing release the funding required to hire building inspectors and code enforcement officials.
I am done with dealing with political obstacles. If, despite my collaboration with the legislative chairman, the action necessary to comport with the state order is not taken, I will declare a rarely used local state of emergency and use those broad powers to take whatever steps are necessary to protect the health and safety of village residents, visitors, and first responders.
Callers to the morning show yesterday said they were disturbed by what they perceived to be the legislators' lack of concern for Rocklanders' safety.
I hope they have a conscience. It's not acceptable. I'm sorry. Death and the loss of a life is not acceptable. 2 people died. This is not acceptable. Not acceptable.
The legislature put out a statement late yesterday afternoon and said of the 3 legislators who left the meeting early, Ramapo's Alden Wolf had been given permission to be excused early for a personal matter. The Clarkstown's Annie Paul said she had technical issues during the meeting, and Ramapo's Tony Earl had undergone a medical procedure earlier in the day, but was able to sign in to vote to create the office, but not on the budget. WRCR reached out to them for further comment, but we did not hear back. The state-authorized move to take over the village building department comes in the wake of last year's fatal fire at the Evergreen Adult Home, in which a resident and Spring Valley firefighter, Jared Lloyd, were killed. 2 former Spring Valley Building Department employees and 4 others have been charged in connection with the blaze. The head of Rockland's largest business group is hoping the governor pulls back on the MTA's congestion pricing plans for the city, which targets drivers that enter Manhattan below 60th Street. Rockland Business Association CEO Al Samuel says suburban commuters should not have to finance the city subways.
And considering the amount of money that New York City is going to be getting from the federal government with regard to transportation, that certainly there's enough money there where they can take care of their subway system, without taxing Orange and Rockland County.
Samuel says post-COVID levels of traffic won't be where they were before the pandemic when the congestion pricing proposal first came up, so the projected revenue won't be there. Rockland State Senator Elijah Reichle-Melnick says it's completely unfair to west of Hudson commuters since there isn't a better, full-time, reliable mass transit option.
If you're already paying to get into Manhattan over a bridge, you shouldn't also have to pay to get below 60th Street. I was somebody that lived on 61st, 62nd, 63rd. I'd be furious because you know what everybody's going to do is they're going to drive into the city and park a block or two north of 60th Street and then take a cab or take a subway from there. And so you're not necessarily going to fix traffic. You're just going to move it from Midtown up to the Upper West Side or the Upper East Side.
The congestion pricing program could be up and running in 2023. The county's COVID-19 update from yesterday afternoon shows the death count rising again, up 9 since Monday to 1,117, but hospitalizations and total cases are down. Active COVID cases are down about 700 to 3,008, and the number of residents hospitalized with coronavirus is at 42, down 22. RCC is co-hosting a free virtual webinar as part of its celebration of Black History Month. The American Association of Blacks in Higher Education event will focus on the value of education, its power for transforming lives and communities, and their role and historical impact in that. It takes place today at 1 o'clock. To register, find this news article on our website and click on the link. I'm Jeff Lewis with your WRCR News. The weather's up next. The good starts at 2, and Clem in the PM runs at 3. For more news and breaking stories, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website, WRCR.com.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Hey, good afternoon. First stop, there's a crash in Newburgh on the New York State Thruway northbound, north of exit 17, with at least one lane closed. Stop and go through that area. Also, the speed restriction at the Tappan Zee Bridge because of the fog. It's down to 45 miles an hour. Got to the Palisades Parkway in Nanuet, northbound exit 7. There is a stalled vehicle in the right lane. And in Westchester County through Hartsdale, trying to avoid Hartsdale Avenue. Southbound crash by Highway 100 with injuries involved. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast. Get a better breakfast at Wendy's. Buy any breakfast sandwich and get any size drink in a Wendy's cup free. Hot coffee, Diet Coke, or a vanilla Frosty-Chino. Yeah, it's free. Get your free drink when you buy a Wendy's breakfast sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimmeyer.
Weather for tonight. Rain, the low around 28 degrees. New precipitation amounts between 1 and 2 inches possible. For Friday, freezing rain before 2 p.m., then rain or freezing rain likely between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., then freezing rain and sleet likely after 3 p.m. Temperature falling to around 26 by 5 p.m., the wind chill values between 15 and 25. New ice accumulation of 0.1 to 0.3 of an inch possible. New sleet accumulation of less than half an inch possible. For Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 16. For Saturday, sunny with a high near 27. For Sunday, sunny with a high near 33. And for Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 39 degrees. That's the weather forecast. For WRCR, I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 43.
The following program is furnished by its producer, host, and sponsors.
Welcome back, Clemaniacs. This is Kevin Thomas, and you are listening to the second hour of Clem in the PM. Here's your host, Pete Clemente.
All right, I'm back live here on YouTube and Facebook as well, leaving you those hanging. Thank Dave once again for throwing me the lifeline. So, if it's your birthday, I want to wish you a very happy birthday. Kev, you'll let me know when Pastor Rich calls back?
Yes.
Okay. We are expecting Pastor Rich to call back. A little reboot, got it up and sounding clear. Perfect. It's, listen, that's the kinks sometimes in technology. So today being the 3rd of February 2022, I want to wish you a very happy birthday. First, I wish you health. I wish you a lot of health. All health. I mean, health is real wealth. A lot of people undervalue health. They don't appreciate it until it's gone, until they don't have it. So for your birthday this year ahead, I wish you health. I wish you wisdom. I wish you joy. I wish you happiness. I wish you experiences life that teach you, that mold you, that shape you. And I wish you prosperity in finances, in love, and in everything else important to you. So that aside, on this date, you do share your birthday with these famous people. And again, Pastor Rich will be calling in. Once he does, we'll all hail, and we will get to what I want to talk to him about more importantly, because this is a screwed up world.
We've got him.
We got Pastor Rich. All right, listen, there's famous people that have birthdays. Who cares? You think they care that we're sitting here in the Hudson Valley talking about their birthday? Let's be for real. That's just a time waster for me. I got more important things to do. But if it's your birthday, happy birthday, Klamazel Tov. All right, so Pastor Rich, I welcome you back again, and thank you for not only listening, but for being part of the show.
Thank you very much. Is this a better connection? I'm on a landline now.
Yes, no, it wasn't you at all. It wasn't you. You could have been calling in from a tomato can and a wire. It had nothing to do with you whatsoever. It was everything with our connection to WRCR, which we straightened out. And yes, you sound just as good, if not better, than you do Tuesdays when you do your show, Faith Unscripted, from 10 to 11 here on WRCR.
Well, thanks for raising the question or the issue of evil and the abuse of children, which is rampant. I mean, it's a national, international scandal, and it truly is evil. To victimize the most innocent among us is sin on stilts, if you know what I mean. And it's not God's will that happens, but it is His will that we, His people, do something about it.
So when you say it's not God's will, someone who doesn't believe in God would say, see, there is no God, because a true God wouldn't let this happen. Is this the devil? This is obviously the devil's work manifesting through people, through disguises, through gym teachers, through coaches, through friends, through uncles, through, whatever, church leaders. They come in all disguises, and they come in evil. They come to harm. So what you're saying is God has no control over. He can't stop the devil. He obviously sent the devil on his way. What?
The message, and you find this very clearly if you're reading the Christian scriptures in the book of Revelation. The answer is God wins. God wins decisively, but God takes His time winning, because if He didn't, there would be many people lost who can be saved. And evil needs to be allowed to play itself out so we see it for exactly what it is, for the evil beneath the veneer of civility. So for example, you have clergy people or politicians or coaches, and they look like upstanding citizens, but beneath the veneer is the lie, is the truth of their rotten spirits. And I think what God does is He allows us over time to see the evil at the heart of so many things, so that we can do something about it. And the Jewish folks, our brothers and sisters, have a maxim: to save one life is to save the world. We can't save the world, but we can save one life, and when we save one life, in a sense, we do save the world. So speaking out, acting in such a way as to put an end to this stuff, raising the consciousness of people. That's all the work of God and God's people. But faith, the loss of faith in our culture, is at the heart of the loss of civility and the loss of decency in our culture. Because God is the guarantor of God is the guarantor of morality. God is the guarantor of goodness. If we take God out of the equation, and we can't do that actually because God is in the equation. But if we ignore God, if we reject God, if we live as if there is no God, then we're living as if we ourselves are the God. And when we're God, we can do anything we want. And that's the heart of idolatry. And that's evil. So I think that what can we do as individuals to help with this problem and so many others? One of the things we can do is to rediscover our faith and to find a vibrant way to live it. If you're a Jew, go to Congregation Shir Shalom, where my good friend Rabbi Kurland is a wonderful leader, faith leader there. If you're a Catholic, go to St. Augustine's, and Bill Cosgrove will take care of you. He's a great guy. If you're in one of the Protestant traditions, find the right church and go to it. And find the tradition. It's not the church. The church doesn't help you at all. It's the community of faith. It's where you find a living connection to the wisdom that lies at the heart of things. And that's what God is. Wisdom that lies at the heart of things.
I want to thank you once again, Father, Pastor Rich, Father, I'm Father Clem, you're Pastor Rich, for sharing your knowledge, your
Father
insight.
Clem, it's always a pleasure there.
No, I really, listen, I obviously a lot of times I'm goofing around here, but this is something really serious to me, and I never question God. I've gotten to a point in my life where I never question God or his workings. I question people and their real, their real objectives, and it's sad that there's a lot of people, like you said, hiding behind that veneer. But we must continue to do good. We must continue to help people. We must continue to help those in need. We must spread the word of love. And most importantly, we must spread the word of God and help those to keep the faith and those that don't have it to obtain it. I truly believe 100%. When you can't say I believe in God or I trust in God, you can't put on a dollar bill. You can't say it in a prayer. You can't do it in school anymore. This is the world chiseling away at our true foundation, which is our belief in the Lord, whatever Lord that may be. And Pastor Rich, I want to thank you.
It is also
yes.
It's also the fear of of evil itself, fear that the truth, which is God, overwhelm it. So the devil, Satan, and don't ever think that isn't a real force in our world. Satan hates the truth and works through lies and works through surrogates. And so we need to be people of truth, not people of the lie, and we need to seek the truth and embrace it as well as we can. And live into it and rejoice in the God who is the way and the truth and the life.
Once again, I thank you. Oliver, my man Oliver says hi, gives you a big shout out here. I know on Tuesdays from 10 to 11, we can get more of you with Faith Unscripted, but if somebody wants to attend a service at the Clarkstown Reformed Church, when would be the best time to drop on by?
They can come by 10:30 on Sunday morning, and we have a beautiful service. They can come by 6:30 on a Wednesday evening and come to one of our Bible studies. We're studying the book of Revelation right now. We're right at the end of it. And we're about to start a whole healing prayer ministry. So tonight at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be talking to whoever comes about healing prayer and what it means to pray together as a community of faith, the healing of individuals, their bodily health, their spiritual health, their moral health, and for the healing of our nation and our world as well.
And this goes down inside the church, Father? I mean, you're actually inside the church holding this, this get-together?
This evening I'm in the fellowship hall, which is the building next to the church.
Cool.
But it's all on the same campus. It's 107 Strawtown Road.
All the love, Pastor Rich. We'll see you, if not at one of the services, then definitely next Tuesday here on WRCR. Thanks again, Pastor Rich. You be well, my friend.
Clem, you're the best. God bless you.
He always does. Baruch
Well,
Hashem.
Mazel tov.
All right, it's 4:20. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. Clem in the PM. Yes.
Hudson Valley News, informative programs, and your favorite music. We're Radio Unscripted, AM 1700, WRCR, and WRCR.com.
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law, and you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Hi, this is Dr. Jeffrey Shannon.
And Dr. Sophia Patricus.
We invite you to join us for our show, Listen Up, Rockland, the first Monday of each month at 9:30 a.m.
If you or someone you know is always asking to repeat, has difficulty communicating in a noisy environment, or has ringing in their ears, then tune in to our show.
Do you have questions, or are you curious about how to improve your hearing? We welcome any and all questions related to patient treatment process, hearing aids, and implantable hearing technology.
Do you or someone you know experience dizziness, vertigo, feeling off balance, or have a fear of falling? If so, tune in as we can educate and help treat various balance concerns.
So join us for Listen Up Rockland, the first Monday of each month at 9:30 a.m. as we navigate all topics related to audiology, hearing, and balance with various members of our team and guest speakers.
Hudson Valley Audiology, located at 11 Medical Park Drive, Suite 205 in Pomona. Call them at 845-406-9991 or visit their website, hudsonaudiology.com.
This is Clarkstown Supervisor George Homan. Please join me for my monthly show, Hometown Happenings, which airs the first Thursday of each month from 9:30 to 10 a.m. We will take your calls, we'll have special guests, and update you about what's going on around town and in the county. So please join me, Supervisor George Homan, the first Thursday of each month from 9:30 to 10 a.m. for Hometown Happening. You'll be happy that you did.
Did you know that the Historical Society of Rockland County has a history show right here on WRCR? Hi, I'm Claire Sheridan from the Historical Society of Rockland County. Join me every third Monday of the month, right after the Jeff and Will Morning Show, when we'll explore and learn about the rich history of Rockland County, with different topics and guest speakers every month. That's the third Monday of every month at 9:30 a.m., sponsored by the Historical Society of Rockland County. Visit our website at rocklandhistory.org to learn more about our events, programs, and membership. That's rocklandhistory.org, or call us at 845-634-9629. That's rocklandhistory.org, or 845-634-9629.
Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
Hey, good afternoon. First stop, there's a crash in Newburgh on the New York State Thruway northbound, north of exit 17, with at least one lane closed. Stop and go through that area. Also, the speed restriction at the Tappan Zee Bridge because of the fog. It's down to 45 miles an hour. That's at the Palisades Parkway in Nanuet, northbound exit 7. There is a stalled vehicle in the right lane. And in Westchester County through Hartsdale, trying to avoid Hartsdale Avenue. Southbound crash by Highway 100 with injuries involved. This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast. Get a better breakfast at Wendy's. Buy any breakfast sandwich and get any size drink in a Wendy's cup free. Hot coffee, Diet Coke, or a vanilla Frosty-Chino. Yeah, it's free. Get your free drink when you buy a Wendy's breakfast sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grameyer.
Weather for tonight: rain, the low around 28 degrees, no precipitation amounts between 1 and 2 inches possible. For Friday, freezing rain before 2 p.m., then rain or freezing rain likely between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., then freezing rain and sleet likely after 3 p.m. Temperature falling to around 26 by 5 p.m. The wind chill values between 15 and 25. New ice accumulation of 0.1 to 0.3 of an inch possible. New sleet accumulation of less than half an inch possible. For Friday night, mostly cloudy with the low around 16. For Saturday, sunny with a high near 27. For Sunday, sunny with a high near 33. And for Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 39 degrees. That's the weather forecast for WRCR. I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 43.
Not personally. I'm an angry Italian. I'm only kidding. I try to get in with Pastor Rich, and you were talking. I was a couple of days ago in the paper. Interesting. It kind of ties in. Bear with me, please, Clem. I read about the Swanky School Collegiate. Now I can't remember whether it was Upper East Side, Upper West Side. It could easily be looked up. A lot of famous people went there. Well, it's founded by a Dutch guy. Somehow that mascot is not good enough, the Dutchman, and anything pertaining to God. A big panel was assembled to erase, anything with God in their motto, and it all, the little incrementally, all adds together. And I thought that was interesting what Pastor Rich said about evil. The little things that all add up. God can't be mentioned anymore, it seems. Right. Can I say one more thing? Well, yeah, and the anno, I think it's not Anno Domino, about AD, after Christ. It's not Domino's Pizza, AD. They wiped that off too. And I want to tell you, you're an old softy when you talked about the boxers and how the boxer dog, how you didn't want to let him go. You're an old softy. We could all see that, and it's very nice. It's all being human, Clem. Okay, thank you for taking my call. Bye-bye, honey.
You know who it is, Dave? Dave, I don't know if you could see this. Like, those of you on YouTube and Facebook, here I am. Look at this face. Look at those teeth. Oh, my God. I need a nice zit remover. I drove past this business today. We now do laser hair removal. I'm like, maybe I should go in and ask them if they want to barter, like advertising. Listen, I take off my shirt. Hey, listen, you want to barter Like, you'll give me a laser hair removal and I'll talk about your business. And the lady's gonna be like, listen, with a hairy body like that, you're gonna need to talk about us for the next 147 years. All right, get out of here. We're not bartering nothing, Sasquatch walking through Nyack. All right, anyway, what did my wife send me? Who needs... Oh my God, no. We're not getting another dog. My wife just sent me a picture of a boxer. Dave, I pulled up the new, I covered my face, make a long story short. Here I am. The king is back on Facebook and YouTube. Woo! All right, what kind of world do we live in? Check this out. This disgusts me. Today I was driving in Muncie. I had 2 jobs in Muncie, Jewish community. And it was early in the morning. And this one girl was walking to the bus stop, and she had to stop because there was a big puddle. And I saw this car in front of me, she was a good distance from the puddle, and she was smart because these people, they didn't care. They hit the puddle and water splurted out, but she was a good distance away. She stopped walking. I could see because it was a long straightaway. And I said, wow, imagine she got covered with that water. Cold, nasty water. She's got her dress on, on her way to school. I said, what jerks? And as I pulled up, I slowed my van down. I said, hey, kid, you want some candy? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. See, that's what the sickos do, all right? That was just a bad joke. I pulled my van. I drove over to the other side. I drove down. I pulled back around. I let her walk closer to the puddle. I looked in my rearview mirror, and she did a light jog around the big puddle. And it just happened to be coincidentally that I see this story today pop up. Two guys working a plow, one guy in the truck, one guy just, videoing it, working little side gig, trying to make some side cash. They're driving down a road, Saturday night, snow's out, blizzard conditions, but those true to their God, to their religion, will pilgrimage through the weather, through these conditions, to get to shul, to get to temple, so they can pray, so they can daven, they can connect with God. So they see 2 Orthodox Jewish men walking. One guy puts his phone on, takes a video. The other guy throws the plow down. They drive by and they shoot snow. I mean, they coat these guys. They literally, it's bad. It's like getting hit with some hard, slushy snow. And they post it on Facebook. But they realize quickly that there's some people out in the world that have compassion and are angered by their act. So they pulled down the video. But guess what? Someone's a little bit smarter and saved the video and reposted it. And one of these gentlemen lost his job with Waste Management. Waste Management said, while the incident did not involve a company vehicle, company equipment, or the employee on company time, we still are appalled by this, and he has been terminated. This is not what we stand for. Now, the sad thing is on a news page, some site, they posted this video with a story, and there's comments. Irish Mick, that was a funny video. Few people liked it. Ed Havens, probably washed off COVID. Few more people like it. Good. They deserve it. Few more people like that comment. The world we live in. And again, that's evil. That's evil. That's the devil. Now, I got to be honest. I've done this to people. I haven't done it lately. I think about doing it. I'm not going to lie. Anytime I wasn't thinking about doing it to that girl today. But usually when I see a big puddle, I see someone walking, I do think I should drive through this thing and give them like a mud shower. But the thought, is that sin, Pastor Rich? Is the thought sin? Like if I'm thinking dirty thoughts, am I really sinning? No, right? I'm just thinking dirty thoughts. All right. So I don't actually do it. But there was a time when I was a youth that I did that. I would look for the puddle. I would look for the person and I would try to make the score. But time has wisened me up. Time has made me realize my wrongs. And your wrongs can only be righted by you doing the right thing. That's Dolly Clem, by the way. You can't take that quote. Dolly Clem trademarked it. So this is just another incident of not people having fun. I believe this is an incident of anti-Semitism. You're telling me if these guys saw two lovely ladies walking down the street, they would have did that? Do you think they would have done it if it was two black guys? Maybe. Two Mexicans? Possibly. I don't know. I mean, some guys hate, foreigners. They call, illegals, whatever. I just got a sense that this is like a hate crime. And by the comments, it reiterates that people enjoy this. They enjoy the mistreatment of the Jewish people. Now I know, it's those people though, the Hasidics, the Orthodox. They're people though, and they're good people. I believe anybody who would travel in a snowstorm just to go pray, got to have some good to them. I mean, I don't know how perfect they are, but I do know that their love of God, which I believe is first and foremost. My therapist always says, "Who comes first?" He goes, "I know what you're going to say. Who comes second then?" I go, "My wife." Because I believe first is God. Your connection with God. My wife's a close second, believe me. God sent her down. She's like an angel. But first and foremost, it's God. And God doesn't want us to be like this. Nor should we want to be like this. I'm glad this guy got fired. I hope his wife leaves him. I hope his friends that are good people turn their back on him. Maybe give him a chance to redeem himself. Go find some Orthodox guy and buy him a hot dog. Fran, I'm on the radio. I'll call you back after 5. My sister in Florida. Love her to death. She's rescued me many times. Now she's taking my mom. Give her a better life than I could. Although, I mean, listen, my mom's got it good. But my sister's going to really give her the life she needs now. So I hope this other guy loses his job. And I wish one day they would sit down, Sabbath dinner in an Orthodox Jewish house, see the 12 kids running around and the love and the joy and the happiness that are going on within the walls of that house. Because we know within a lot of walls of houses, there's some really bad stuff going on. And I'm not saying that bad things don't go on in Orthodox Jewish or Hasidic houses either. There's bad apples and crazy people everywhere. But usually when I go to these houses, and I go to a lot, the love of God, you see them getting, tomorrow's a perfect day. I booked my Jewish clientele. I had some today, but I'm also tomorrow getting ready for the Sabbath. It's always a beautiful thing. Got the table set up. They're cooking in the kitchen. Family, God, what's better than that? All right, sadly, we've come to the final stretch. What happened? This broadcast was something just happened on Facebook. It said, this broadcast is something. What is Mark Zuckerberg doing? Dude lost $29 billion and he's on my case, stopping my video for what? I didn't play no music. You hear me playing music? Woo! I ain't playing music. And now you're on my case. Mark Zuckerberg, I hope you lose another $29 billion. Facebook down 25%. Woo! Although I live my life on Facebook. What would happen if there was no Facebook? What would I do with my spare time? Holy moly. Could I start a CLEM book? Be right back.
Traffic, weather, and music you remember on AM 1700 WRCR and WRCR.com.
Love is in the air.
Valentine's Day is coming.
And February is also National Organ Donor Day on the 14th and the American Heart Association Heart Month.
Send a message of love and affection to partners, family, and friends by purchasing a WRCR Valentine's greeting. For just $25, your message will be read live on the air Saturday, February 12th between 5 and 7 p.m. on a special show hosted by Roxanne Watson and Kevin Thomas.
We'll be playing love songs and reading Valentine's messages on the air. Just email your Valentine greeting, 20 words or less, to sales@wrcr.com.
You'll receive a confirmation and payment instructions. Then make sure you tell all your loved ones and even the people who hate you to tune in to WRCR AM 1700 or WRCR.com February 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. for our special Share the Love Valentine's Show.
Happy Valentine's!
You remember the days when you could turn on your radio and hear songs like this? Well, they're back. Hi, everybody. This is Brian Davidy of Bob Trevero, and I'll be hosting the Do-Up Dream Machine Show this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on WRCR 1700 AM and streaming live on WRCR.com. I'll play songs like this that you know and love and introduce you to songs you've never heard, but once you do, you'll get to know and love them as well. I'll take your telephone calls, dedications, and song requests. You say it, and I'll play it. I'll be brought to you by Rick's Club American in Congers, New York. So join me this Friday and every Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. for the Do-Up Dream Machine Show right here on WRCR.
Are you concerned about water quality for recreation activities like fishing, boating, and swimming? Or about water quality and availability for drinking and landscape use? Is flooding a bigger issue and concern? Then tune in the second Thursday of every month for the Stormwater Consortium radio show at 9:30 a.m. on WRCR with your host, Michael Wilson. The show is sponsored by the Stormwater Consortium of Rockland County and Cornell Cooperative Extension of Rockland County. Discuss these issues and many others that relate to stormwater, runoff, and water quality.
Buying a home is one of the largest investments you'll ever make in a lifetime. Not sure how much money to put down, what budget to set for buying a home, how to pre-qualify for your mortgage. Join Ann Zeilengold every Thursday at 7:15 a.m. on Mortgage Matters, where Ann will answer your questions and give you tips about the mortgage process. Ann Zeilengold is Vice President of FM Home Loans and has over 27 years' experience specializing in residential mortgages. Don't miss the show every Thursday morning at 7:15 right here on WRCR AM 1700, Radio Unscripted, and WRCR.com. Visit Ann at her website, annzeilengold.com, or call 354-9700. That's 354-9700. Now let's take a look at the roads with Hudson Valley traffic.
New York State Thruway, we've got that accident cleared north of exit 17. Things have eased up. Prior to that, still some stop and go, about 7 minutes extra, exit 10 up to 13. Looks good on 84. We are seeing some delays now in the Bronx River Parkway. It is because of an accident on the northbound side at exit 9. One lane is blocked. On the Hutch, you've got delays of 10 minutes between exit 4B and the Cross County headed north, and then more delays northbound from North Avenue to North Street. That's going to take 15 minutes. 287, you've got stop and go, and almost a 10-minute delay westbound exit 9 into exit 4. This report is sponsored by Mucinex Fast Max Cold and Flu All-in-One. When cold and flu season has you down, don't play around. Stay on top of your game with Mucinex Fast Max Cold and Flu All-in-One, delivering unbeatable multi-symptom relief to help you power through your day. Mucinex Fast Max Cold and Flu All-in-One, and done. Use as directed. From the Hudson Valley Traffic Center, I'm John Grimeyer.
Weather for tonight: rain, the low around 28 degrees, new precipitation amounts between 1 and 2 inches possible. For Friday, freezing rain before 2 p.m., then rain or freezing rain likely between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., then freezing rain and sleet likely after 3 p.m. Temperature falling to around 26 by 5 p.m. The wind chill values between 15 and 25. New ice accumulation of 0.1 to 0.3 of an inch possible. New sleet accumulation of less than half an inch possible. For Friday night, mostly cloudy with the low around 16. For Saturday, sunny with a high near 27. For Sunday, sunny with a high near 33. And for Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 39 degrees. That's the weather forecast for WRCR. I'm Kevin Thomas.
Up-to-the-minute weather information is always available on the WRCR website. Day or night, when you want the weather, check our website at WRCR.com.
And the current temperature is 42 degrees.
All right, I know, Wilbur, I know. We're getting close to the end, but that can only mean one thing. Friday, oh Friday, oh Friday, oh Friday. The weekend is almost here, yes. And like the commercial said, tomorrow 6 to 8, right, Kev? I know he's got his show. Matt checking Matt, yes. Brian Avenue Bob has a show coming up at 5 o'clock. When is that? Next Friday?
That's next Friday, yeah.
So this week is 6 to 8. Next Friday,
yeah,
it's 5 to 7 or 5 to 8?
5 to 7.
I thought he was gonna have that extra hour of love. Love is in the air. Nah, nah, nah. All right, so tomorrow night, 6 to 8, our very own Brian Avenue Bob with his sidekick Wilson Avenue Jeff taking you down the doo-wop memory lane. Oh, that's a good show. And talk about good show. New, but good. Outspoken. You can't say certain words on his show. I don't know. Do you get fined? I mean, do you get banned from Louisville if you say Democrat? Like if I call in and say, hey, Lou, I'm a Democrat that leans to the left. Am I getting hung up on?
No, you'll get a buzzer.
I will.
And then after 3 times, he'll hang up.
Wow. So Lou has a buzzer also readily available. I mean, it doesn't sound like this.
No. Actually, let me pull it out.
All right. Hey,
he has
your mouth. We're on radio now. All right. You gotta pull it out. Come on.
Huh?
Oh, you just got it.
That's his buzzer.
It feels like I'm getting electrocuted. Okay, that buzzer wants to keep me in line, actually. Like when I hear that, I don't want to say, I lean to the right. And Susie to the left.
Yeah, I should have had it ready.
And Susie to the left. No, that's Eileen to the right over there. No. That's Eileen to the right. Eileen, she's to the right over there. And that's Susie to the left.
I gotcha.
All right. Bad stuff. Let me.
Well played.
All right. Anyway, let's get back here. I do want to welcome Matt. Matt coming in late, but better late than never. A lot of conversation. Oliver and Byrne, a little back and forth today. I like that. I like to see Clemaniacs intertwine and mingle. More of you need to join us on the YouTube. Let's have that conversation behind the scenes, and then we pick up some of that stuff and we bring it on the radio. That's how we grow the show together. Yes. And I'm sharing my feed on the Sweet Pete's page, the Clemental Health Show page, or Pete Clemental Show page, Pete's Chimney page. You can share this video as well, and you can also recommend friends to come check it out, to listen to the show, all that good stuff. You are a spokesperson here in Clemville, okay? You have an official title as spokesperson, so speak up loud and get the crowd to be here with us from 3 to 5, okay? It's a growth process, but we can expedite that growth if you jump on the bandwagon and help. All right, so as we wind down, I want to just talk about this story. You have something, Kev?
Just real quick, it turns out that the Major League Baseball owners are requesting the assistance of a federal mediator. The union has yet to answer, so the lockout's still going on.
Wow. We need baseball. With football sadly coming to an end after next week's Super Bowl, we need something in our lives. I mean, Netflix obviously will take the place of a lot of those football games, but I need some sport. Ranger fans, I mean, you've got your team right there. You go to hockey. But, I mean, for me, what do I got? My Bulls are looking all right. They'll be in the playoffs. Edmonton should be in the playoffs if they, if they get their stuff together. So at least but it's going to be kind of like the Cowboys. In the playoffs, done. That's it. Playoffs, done. We're in the playoffs, done. You know what I'm saying? What's up? All right. Anyway. All right, listen. I want you to close your eyes right now. Close your eyes. I'm going to do it too. If you are on YouTube, look, I'm on YouTube. You're on Facebook. You say, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Your eyelids are heavy. Can't open them up. Someone put Gorilla Glue on your eyelids. They're stuck together. So you see nothing now. Darkness. Beautiful. Close your eyes. Now, Maniacs, let's dream together. Let's dream we went into Sliders Food Mart up in who knows where. I must open my eyes to get to the store, but you close your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. You don't need to open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. We're up in Glenfield in Lewis County, which is 35 miles from Watertown. I never heard of Greenfield, Glenfield, Lewis County, or Watertown. But I've heard of the Set for Life scratch-off game that you can win $5,000 a week for life, $250,000 a year before taxes. Wait, we're dreaming. We're dreaming. So we walk into Sliders Food Mart, which is located at 6215 number 4 Road in Lowville. Let me put that on my GPS. We walk in there. We order a bacon, egg, and cheese. And while we're waiting, we see this ticket, and it calls our name. So we respond. Clerk, I'll have that ticket right there. Yes, that one. The $5,000 a week for life. And imagine while you're waiting, you're like, I might as well scratch it off. And you scratch it off. We're still dreaming. And you win $5,000 a week. Holy moly. Let me tell you something. First of all, forget about the GoFundMe. We'll do that another time. I'm going to hire Dave. We're going to get some production here. I got another several thousand a week to spend. I'm going on vacation once a month. I'm just using this money frivolously, all right? I don't care. I'm just spending every last penny every month. That's it. Because if I die tomorrow, I want to be spending my $5,000 a month. She got $2,820,000 after taxes. One lump payment she took. You understand? Almost $3 million dropped in your pants. Right on your lap. Here's $22,800,000, 34 cents. All yours. You never know. That's why you never know. You must be in it to win it. If you're not in it, you can never win it. And God bless this lady. Where can I find her? Christina Mary. Oh my God, a last name Mary. Who's merrier than her? Mary, quite contrary. Won $5,000 a week. Oh, it's like a cherry on top of a sundae. My buddy won $1 million. My buddy Ron, he won it. He took it, the cash lump, $660. He put half of that into, Alibaba, turned it into $1.2 million, took that $1.2 million, took $500,000, bought a couple of houses, sold those houses, made another something, $100,000, whatever, all from a one ticket. So don't say it can't happen. $1 and a dream. Get in on it to win it. I feel it coming. Me and Steve with this Keno. Last week, Steve was the big winner. I mean, this guy walked out of there like a champ, chest bumping himself. He was like, ooh, look at me. I'm the winner, baby. Ooh. Blind guy with the big bucks in his pocket. Left Rick's Club American with a whole $28. Yeah, boy. I mean, listen, that's better than what normally happens. We get nothing. There was one week we both got $4. Matt snowed in St. Louis. Oh, my God. Matt, I feel bad for you, man. Snowed down. Everything is closed. Snowed in St. Louis. You got the CLEM here. Yes. All right, listen, as we wind down, we're done with our dream, by the way. I mean, we can all dream, right? But it's not about the money. Like Pastor Rich says, what are you going to do? You're going to go on vacation every month? Of course I am. You're going to buy another car? Of course I am. You're going to buy $400 sneakers? Of course I am. That's just the frivolous of life. But I'm going to take that money also, and I'm going to do good. And all kidding aside, I'm not going to do that stuff. If I won $5,000 a week for life, you can rest assured that's going to help somebody. A lot of it, too. Right? Someone who, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not giving it all away. I'm not going to be lying to you like, oh, yeah, I'm going to give it all away and save somebody's life. Just, here you go. From me to you, take $5,000 a week. Thank you. Don't worry about me. I'm good. No, I'm just saying that the more good you do, the more good that comes back to you. I mean, Dolly CLEM is on a roll today, okay? Again, you can't. Good. Matt, I pray for you, buddy, man. Listen, you know, I don't like snow. I hate snow. I mean, snow. I heard on the radio when I was driving the other night, besides listening to tilapia, they're reconstructing vaginas out of tilapia skin. I was also listening to this other show, how snow, it's decreasing. I mean, it's basically disappearing. There's less and less snow happening across the world. So maybe in like 20 years, there may be no more snow. Just in time for me to be like 85 years old and not be able to shovel snow anymore. You know, like, oh, whoop-dee, no more snow. Wow. You can barely lift a shovel now, but snow disappeared. All right. Tomorrow, if we're here, we will have on Andrew Deutsch. Build yourself up without limits. A strategy to win in all areas of your life, whether it's relationships, business, maybe a strategy in relationship with your coworkers. Maybe it's in your business philosophy, whatever it is. There's without limits. Andrew Deutsch gives you efficient, effective, and fun techniques to reverse lifelong negative patterns. A lot of them brought on to you by your parents. And we love our parents. We do. But sometimes they, you know, for whatever reason, have instilled in us things that affect us. So this book, Build Yourself Up Without Limits, and the author, hopefully tomorrow at 3:20. If we're here, we'll leave it up to Kev to decide. If you don't hear me, obviously, if you don't hear Kevin at 2, you're not going to hear me at 3. So it's as simple as that. So obviously you're tuning into the good. And, you know, if Kevin's there, I'll be here. If Kevin's not there, I'm not here. God willing, we'll be back Monday. But no matter what, remember this. And Pastor Rich said it. We have faith. We believe. We do good. We're not perfect. We do bad also. I mean, we're not criminals. I mean, some of us are. I'm speaking of you, not me personally. But you know, I mean, when you may not pay your taxes, you speed. You know, I mean, you go through the stop sign, you roll through, you don't stop. That's what I'm not talking about criminal. I mean, we do bad things. But we're human. Make mistakes. Sometimes consciously, sometimes, you know, unbeknownst to us. But we can knowingly do good. And the more good we do, the more good we do. I'm dropping them like a dime now. The fact of the matter is, our world comes down to us. There is bad in it. But our world, the world we live in, can be surrounded by good. So it is up to us to try to make that good. My friends, I'm out of here. I have a lot of work to do. I have to do business work, and I must do family work. Then I must return and do radio work. I'm going through scenarios like, oh, Bern, you're a NASCAR lady? You're going to love my buddy Dave. Dave, who does all this stuff in here. He's a NASCAR guy. You should actually go to his house. He has these like seats. You go watch NASCAR with him. Dave loves NASCAR. Actually, he goes racing. He'll all right. Boys and girls, it's been a pleasure. God willing, tomorrow at 3. If not, we're home safe. Monday, 3 o'clock. All the love. And adios, clamicos.